Inuarata no Sahai remains my amiable name, and I'm so elated to come your way today and make your day a premium one, a premium value one, especially for you that is a business owner, business manager, or leader driving any form of organization or team, even those in the non-governmental organizations. Now, the topic of our conversation this morning is how to inspire more commitment from your employees. How to inspire more commitment from your employee. And the first one this morning is that as an employer, as a business leader, or as a manager, learn to treat your employees as not just human resources, but as human beings that they are. Treat your employees as the human beings that they are, and not just as human resources. Now, as human resources, your employees will just be tools for accomplishing organizational goals. As human resources, your employees will just be tools for achieving business objectives. But as human beings, when you treat them from that perspective, from that mindset, from the mentality that these are human beings, you will be relating with them as people with emotions. You will be relating with them as people with feelings. You'll be relating with them as people with spouses, with children. You'll be relating with them, as people with individual aspirations. And this is where the issue of emotional intelligence comes into this conversation. Every business leader, every business manager, every organizational head needs to be emotionally intelligent. Now, a business leader that is emotionally intelligent is a business leader that is smart with the ability to manage his own emotions, and also being smart with the ability to manage the emotions of other people. And within the context of this conversation, other people here, we are talking about your employees. So you need to learn to manage the emotions of your employee. You need to see them as human beings, not just as human resources. And we cannot be having a conversation like this without also bringing the issue of the golden rule of employee engagement into this conversation. And the golden rule of employee engagement says that treat your employees the way you want to treat your customers. Let me rephrase it. Do unto your employees the way you want them to do unto your customers. Now, every business leader, every business manager wants the employee to treat the customers very well, so that the customers will always be coming back for repeated patronage. The customer will be referring other people within their sphere of contact to the business. They just want that loyalty and that referral benefit. And now, the way to achieve this is for the employees that interfaces with these customers to treat them well. But the journey needs to start from you, the employer. The journey needs to start from you, the manager. If you want your employees to treat your customers very well, you need to follow the golden rule of employee engagement, which is do unto your employees as you want them to do unto customers. The good way you want your employees to treat your customers, treat your employees in that manner, so that they will ripple or resonate that same nice treatment to these customers. This is very, very important. What are we looking at this morning? We are looking at how to inspire more commitment from your employees. And the first one I've just discussed with you is treat your employees as human beings, not just as human resources. Then the second one is for you to assign them to roles of their nature and nurture. Assign them to roles where their nature and their nurture can be better expressed and better maximized. Very important. Now, their nature is how they are naturally built up. Their nature is the natural potentials and the natural gifts that they have, that they are wired with. While their nurture is their areas of training, their areas of education, their areas of expertise. Now, there are some employees that are naturally wired up to easily connect with other people. This kind of employees should be placed in strategic roles, that it is required that, there is this regular interface. There's this regular interaction with people. Such roles such as customer service roles, Such employees that easily connect with people should be placed in those roles. Roles such as sales roles, such employees that are naturally wired up with the ability to connect with other people should be placed in those strategic roles. Roles such as public relation roles, people that have the natural, nature, natural ability to connect with people should be placed in those strategic roles. Why? There are some persons, with the way they are naturally wired up, they have no business on roles that have to do with interfacing or relating with people. They should be behind the computer. They should be in the factory dealing with machines. That is how they are naturally wired up. When we also have people who, as a result of their trainings and exposures over the years, as a result of their nurture, the way they have been nurtured and trained over time, they also have capacity to occupy roles like this. So for those employees that have the natural ability to connect with people, when you place them in the roles I mentioned just now, like customer service roles, sales roles, public relation roles, they are just like fish in water. Swimming is just natural to them, and their potential, their ability is, expressed as its very, very peak. This is very important. We are looking at how to inspire more commitment from your employees. The first one, I said, treat your employees as the human beings that they are, not just as human resources. The second one, I said you should ensure that you assign them to roles where their nature and their nurture can be better expressed and maximized. Then the third one is for you to give uncommon reward for uncommon results. This is very important. Now, there are times whereby your employees bring to the table results that are beyond your expectation as an employer. They bring to the table, amazing outputs that is beyond the target you even gave to them. Results that is beyond your expectation, uncommon results. Now, it is strategic for you as an employer, as a business manager, to also, give back to the employee, rewards that is beyond what they expect. There is a natural expectation they have for working with you. Now they have brought amazing results to the table that is far beyond what you expect of them. They have brought for performance level that is far beyond what you expect from them. As a way of sending positive signals across the entire workforce, ensure you learn to also reward those employees with results, with rewards that is beyond their expectation. This is very important. This will send positive vibes, positive signal across the entire workforce. Everybody will want to go beyond expectation. Everybody will want to go beyond the extra mile, because they know that when they bring results to the table that is beyond expectation, that is uncommon, that is that wow the employer, they also will be wowed with some extra reward that is even beyond the normal reward and expectation they have of you. This is very, very key and very important. Then the fourth one is for you to create a work environment that allows for problem sharing. Now, when an employee encounters a challenge or a problem, while trying to carry out a workplace task or assignment, the employee should feel psychologically safe, to share that problem with his or her colleagues. Very important. The employee should feel psychologically safe to share the problem, even with you, the employer, without receiving any form of backlash or making him or her to feel less of himself, creating an impression that you are not competent, you lack the ability, you lack the skills and the expertise to do this work. No, the employee should feel psychologically safe to bring that issue to the table, bring the problem to colleagues, to you, the employer or superior officers, and then everybody should have this culture of being overly willing to help out with one another whenever there is an issue. This will always make the employee to bring their A game to the table, and you'll be inspiring more commitment from them. Very important. We are looking at how to inspire more commitment from your employees. The first one, I said, treat your employees as human beings and not just as human resources. The first one, I said, assign them to roles where their ability, their nature, and their nurture can be better expressed and maximized. And the third one, give uncommon rewards for uncommon results. Then the fourth one, create a work environment that allows for problem sharing. Then the fifth one, which is the concluding one this morning, is for you to run from bias conflict resolution. Yes, you the leader, run from bias conflict resolution. Now, one of the quickest way you can demotivate your workforce, one of the quickest way you can demotivate your employees is for you to become reputed for always resolving conflict amongst or between employees. You become reputed for always resolving it in favor of the offender and against the offended. This happens a lot in our environment, in our workplaces, whereby there are issues, between colleagues or amongst colleagues, and then when they bring it before you, the employer or the leader, while resolving the issue, you now resolve the issue against the offended and resolve it in favor of the offender. Now, the danger of this is that it can even result to a level whereby some of these employees can just throw in their resignation as a way of protesting against your leadership style or making a strong statement that they are not on the same page with you. So it is very, very important that as a business owner, as an employer, as a business manager, to inspire more commitment from your employee, avoid bias, conflict resolution. Avoid a situation whereby you resolve conflict against the offended and then you resolve it in favor of the offender. I believe that lots of value have been added to you today. I know you want to always connect with me and send your questions across, make your inquiries. That's why my email is right there, inuagata@gmail.com. Bring your questions and then I forward the response or the answers to you right away. I'll be seeing you next week, Wednesday. And when I return, I'll remain the amiable Inuagata no Sahai. Your day is so blessed. Thank you.